Hello everybody, Faiz, Versey here. Welcome to the latest market update for Ottawa, the real estate market update for Ottawa. And we will look at this period up to June of 2022. So consider this the July update. So what's been happening in the last few months? Well, what we had in January, February, and March, as I had mentioned back in my update back in March, that the markets had rushed up, but is that sustainable? Because we haven't seen such a huge rush up in the Ottawa markets year on year for as long as we have stats available, which is about 65 years. So it would be unusual, and the markets, I felt at that time, had started to wobble, and that's exactly what happened. The markets did wobble, and we are seeing a small decline over here. So what does this price decline tell us about what's coming? I don't know. I don't have a clue, and I'm happy with that. As I've always said, I have no idea what's coming in the next 12 to 18 months because I absolutely don't care, because property is a long-term hold, which you will understand if we look at another graph. So let me go there now. So my friends, I'm much more interested in this graph, which looks at the 65-year history of Ottawa residential prices from 1956 to 2021. And this is an amazing chart that tells you the truth. And this is all you got to think about if you're a buyer or a seller. And what this chart is telling you is that Ottawa, and I'm only talking Ottawa, I don't know any other market in Canada, Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, Kelowna, BC, or Peterborough. I don't know any of those markets. You'll have to contact somebody there who can explain those to you. But Ottawa I know very well. And Ottawa, as I've explained many times, using this graph, you can look at one of my videos, which is, I think, called the 64-year history of residential prices in Ottawa, of home prices in Ottawa. And what we see here, Ottawa is generally a steady Eddie market. Back in 1956, a property worth 13,000 something, long-term hold. At the end of 2021, worth 645,000, the same property. If you look at this chart, you'll see barely any negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in 65 years, my friends. In this 65 years, we have seen everything. Now, I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 65 years. I've always said that. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 12 to 18 months, nor in the next 12 to 18 years. But this chart is as good as it gets for me as a real estate broker to advise my clients, as an owner of real estate property. If I were owning real estate property or an investor, this is what I would need to understand is this chart, that this chart pretty much tells us the history of the world as far as Ottawa is concerned. Because from 1956 to 2021, 1956 to 2021, we have seen everything. We have seen wars. We have seen famine. We have seen political chaos. We have seen financial chaos. We have seen global markets declining. We have seen nuclear proliferation. We have seen anything and everything that you can think of that we are going to see in the next 65 years. We've already seen it. And if we've already seen it, and this is what the markets have done, tell me if in 65 years the markets went down 5 years, and that to look at these small minus figures, do I have anything to worry about today if I'm a buyer? If the market is declining a little bit, so what? If I'm a buyer, I'm buying for a reason, for my family. Get in there, buy, and just hold it for the long term. If you're looking to flip in the next 12 to 18 months, you are in the wrong place. I have no advice for you. If you're looking to hold for the long run, just look at this chart and relax and go and buy your property. Of course, you're thinking, I'm a real estate broker. Faiz Versey is a real estate broker. What else is he going to say? He's going to say, go buy. Yes, my friends, of course I'm a real estate broker. Of course I make my money from buying and selling. Please don't forget that, so that if you have any need in buying and selling, please contact me, or you know anybody else, a friend or a neighbor or a family member, please do contact me. But what I would like to express to you is, you see, when you want in-depth information, you can't go to the news media. The news media is all about noise. I don't like the news media. I've said that many times. Just noise, all of their title headings. The markets, the number of house sales have declined by 41%. Okay, so what? What does that mean? It means nothing. There are so many factors in that. What we are interested as buyers and sellers is what's happening to the prices. Again, many factors involved in that. Please come and see me. I'll give you as much as I can. I'll give you the truth as much as I can. I say that gently because, the truth is a very subjective term. But I try my best because I'm looking for long-term clients. So if you buy with me today, I want you to buy with me again in 5 years, in 10 years. So I have to give you good information. And I happen to know what's going on because I'm in this daily. Daily I'm transacting properties for my clients. So there's nobody better than me to know what is going on, my friends. Ignore the news media. When you need quality information on real estate, please come and see me. What does this mean for sellers? Doesn't mean anything. Again, for sellers, if you're selling, you want to move, you're moving for a reason. There are many reasons sellers move. If you're moving, then it's good for your family, just do it. If a property that you were going to sell has now declined a little bit, okay, so what? The property that you were going to purchase has also declined. And in the fullness of time, just understand the words I've just said now. These are big words. In the fullness of time, it won't matter. What is the fullness of time? The chart you just saw, the 65-year chart, where a property that was worth $13,000 became worth $645,000. That's an average annualized rate of return, I'm guessing, because I did that calculation for up to 2020, is about 6.8% per annum. And that return is there. Whether you like it or not, it's probably going to come again. But I don't know the future. So my friends, that's my market update for now. I really have no clue what's coming. Let me give you some more insight into this. When I say I have no clue what's coming, I do study the markets in great depth, great detail. So here's what I'm thinking. Take it with a pinch of salt because my short-term predictions are absolutely useless. Like I say, when I do my annual predictions, which have been so accurate, but I always say that, excuse me, my annual predictions are short-term predictions for the next 12 months. Take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean anything. It's really just a game. So back in 2021 December, I had predicted a 7.5%. I think I'll have to go back and look, but something like that, a 7.5% return for the whole year. We might just be ending up there. Who knows? But we still got a ways to go. So my friends, what happened? I can tell you that. What happened here? Not many people understand this. So please listen very carefully. Let me find another chart for you. My friends, this is what happened in the last 2 months. Why the property markets have cooled off, why buyers have taken a step back, and why properties that sellers are selling are actually staying on the market for a little bit longer and perhaps not seeing as much activity as we did in the first 3 months of the year. Here is the answer. My friends, come to me if you want the answers to what's happening in real estate. Please don't listen to the news, but don't listen to the news. You know what I mean. They want eyeballs. So they'll always say something that is so negative that you go, oh my gosh, what happened? Did the world just crash? That's every day. Every day in the news, the world is crashing. Is it crashing? I don't know. You make up your mind. I'm still here. Although the world has crashed about, what's today, July the something, 11th, it's crashed about 11 times this month alone, according to the news. I'm still here. I'm still standing. Maybe you're still sitting where you are and having a cup of coffee. So this is what happened, my friends. When the Bank of Canada announced that they're going after inflation and they're going to keep increasing the interest rates. Now, there's a one coming later this week. I don't know when exactly. But what happened was, even as the bank started to gently increase its rates, gently, 0.75 is not big. We're still so low compared to where we were in history. We're only now at the Bank of Canada is only at 1.5% now. But the mortgage market, so this is the mortgage market. The mortgage market already priced in the Bank of Canada's rate moves for the next 6 months. And so all of a sudden, bang, all of a sudden we saw the interest rates rise from, let's say, about 2.25%. I'm making this up. If I would have to go back to get the exact stat, but let's say 2.25% to now the 5 years at 5.25%. That's more than 100% jump in a period of about 3 or 4 weeks. So that took everybody by surprise. That was a shock. All of a sudden, I can't afford that mortgage that I wanted. All of a sudden, the house prices that I wanted, I can't afford anymore. So what's happening? What's happening, my friends? What's happened now is this. Is it going to continue up? We don't know. Okay. Up to December, I think we are going to be pretty stable as far as the mortgage rates are concerned. Come January, if the Bank of Canada raises past 3.5%, because this is pricing in, this mortgage rate here that we have today is pricing in the Bank of Canada rate going to 3.5%. Okay, now by the way, this graph you're looking at is talking about stress test rates. I don't want to get into too much detail. Let's just say this is like the mortgage rate. This is actually the stress test rate, which is the minimum qualifying rate. Plus 200 beeps or the current contract rate plus 200 beeps, the current contract rate plus 200 beeps or the minimum qualifying stress test rate. And that's very, very confusing. Don't worry about it. What it means is that the mortgage rates, basically what the chart is saying is the mortgage rates have jumped up and that's caused the market to wobble. Not wobble, now it's actually dancing. We don't know which way it's going to go. All right, my friends. So let me take you to some more information. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't know where the market is going. I don't know, but I suspect the market is going to stabilize over the next few months. That we're going to see the buyers come back because they've rejigged in their mind. And now understand this, please. Here's a huge piece of insight for you. Back here, January, February, March, when the markets were just rushing up, we had multiple offers. So for example, in a particular property, you might have 10 offers. On average, 10 offers, somewhere from 5 to 15 offers. Let's say you had 10 offers, one person got the property, there's still 9 people looking for a property. Now, out of those 9 people, some are priced out priced out from that level of the market. So if it was $1 million home, out of 9 people who still don't have a property, who in March was still going to go out and look for $1 million property, maybe half of them can't afford $1 million property, but they're not out of the market. Maybe now they're going to move their focus to $700,000 properties. And like that, the whole thing is going to go downwards. But there's still 4 or 5 people, according to my calculation there, who are looking for that $1 million home. We in Ottawa have this amazing cushion when it comes to property. That's why we're a steady Eddie market, have been for 65 years. I don't see what's going to change in the next 65 years. My friends, you want good information? Come to me, Faiz Versey, real estate broker. Listen to the news, but don't listen to the news, if you know what I mean. And so there's such a big cushion, there's such a huge demand, which I've explained many times, and the supply is down here, and it's going to stay here for a long time because we're just not building enough units. We don't have enough land. And so because of that, the prices are always going to keep trending up. We're going to have these times, but generally over the long run, as you saw in the 65-year chart, we have a trending upwards market. So my friends, for buyers, what does this mean? It means nothing. It's a great time actually to buy. There's a little bit of a discount happening in the market. Come talk to me. We'll find a good property for you. For sellers, again, it means nothing. You're moving because you have a reason to move. It's good for your family, so move. Buy your other property and carry on with your life, my friends. Property is not the stock market. I don't know anything of the stock market. I don't know anything about any other investment, but it's not as volatile. Houses are safe. The population keeps growing. Population needs a place to live. They may not need to buy a particular stock, a particular share, but they need a place to live. So my friends, I hope that gave you a lot of insight into what is happening. I don't want to extend this video much longer. Let me just see if there's anything else of terrible interest that I can mention to you. Well, there's a lot of interesting stuff, but okay, maybe I'll go to one thing here that will be something that I can quickly cover. Sales to inventory ratio, which talks about buyer, seller, and balanced market. So is that the one? I think that's the one. Yeah. So we are still currently in a seller's market. We're still currently okay, I don't like this graph. Something's wrong with this graph. Okay, I'll have to get it fixed. But it says here, above 25% is seller's market. So this is the 25%. I think this yellow band should have been up here. I'll see how to get that fixed in for future reports like this. And what has happened is that if we look at 2022, we have come down from an extreme seller's market. We are heading towards the balanced market. If we do, that's fantastic. Balanced market is the best place because there's an even balance of buyers and sellers. But given the population surge in Ottawa, I don't think that's going to last very long. I think we will continue to be in the seller's market. But who knows? I don't know the short term. Like I say, buy, hold for the long term. In property, we say you don't wait to buy. You buy and then you wait. That's it. And everybody who's done that is extremely satisfied. And that's why people today are saying, oh my God, I'm priced out of buying. Well, why didn't you buy when you had a chance? And that's what I'm going to say again. If you have a chance to buy today, buy your property, live in it, enjoy yourself, reduce the amortization, reduce the mortgage balance over time. Property values go up. You benefit tremendously. You build equity. You live in a nice place. That's the story behind housing in Ottawa, my friends. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to answer your questions. Either you can put them in wherever the space is below this video. Give me a call, send me an email. I'll be delighted to help you, my friends. I'm always looking for business, always looking for clients. If you have any need, please contact me. If you have any needs in the real estate services area, or if you know anybody, you have a friend, you have a neighbor, you have somebody who needs it to buy and sell, please look me up. I will be delighted to be of assistance. PS, postscript. My friends, please don't forget to smash up them likes if you're watching it, wherever you're watching it, on whichever video channel. And that would be awesome. That could send this video out to more people. Perhaps there'll be more people who are interested in finding out about this topic, what's happening in the real estate markets in Ottawa. So that would be fantastic. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My friends, leave me with your questions and comments. Until I speak with you again, take care. Bye-bye.